Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we are the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Yakale, and I am from the JMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about biblical prophecy, specifically the prophecy about World War III, which is spoken about in the scriptures. Here we have top of the news from Reuters.com. Iran agrees to ship missiles, more drones to Russia. All right, so let's click on the article. Hot off the press, man. Hot off the press. Literally updated just an hour ago. All right, so the summary is Iran to sell more drones, missiles to Russia. The West heavily criticizes Iran over drones. Tehran under pressure from mass protests. All right, so why is this important in regards to biblical prophecy? Well, these are major players in regards to the World War III prophecy. Hold on, this video might play. Yeah, these are major players. And with each day that goes by, we're seeing more and more news of the development of these prophecies, this prophecy in particular. All right. So it's important to always keep an eye out, right? Things aren't just going to happen overnight. Things always happen over time, and things have to be developed to reach that ultimate climax. All right, so let's just get some precepts real quick. First of all, let's go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, which is talking about World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So there it is. World War III, it is talking about, that's that third woe. Okay, now in regards to Russia and Iran, they are major players. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. And let's start at verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So this is referring to the Russians as they dwell in that land today. And say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Because remember, the Russians are Edomites. Okay? You have what are really Edomite tensions, and Edomites are these so-called white people, their forefathers Esau. They rule this kingdom today. Okay? It is ruled by the white folk, right? The nation of Edom. And you have all this infighting among the Edomites. Okay, you have the NATO and EU, which are working together, but also have a lot of in-house fighting going on. And then they are against Russia, which is another Edomite led nation. All right, and in regards to that, the scriptures do say that if Satan be divided against himself, how then can he stand? But he shall have an end, right? To paraphrase, right? So we do know that this kingdom is going to end. Well, we already knew from jump. All right, in Revelation chapter 20, it lets us know that that Satan shall be loosed for a little season, right? Satan being the deceiver. All right, these Edomites are the deceivers. They've deceived the entire world into making the world believe that they are the Lord's holy chosen people, to letting the world believe that they are pure and righteous when they're not any of those things. They are the complete opposite of such. So they have deceived the world. Okay, we have all this in-house fighting going on, and it is truly a kingdom that is divided, as it says in the book of Daniel, that it was partly strong and forget the other part, partly strong and partly weak, I think it says, but it's a kingdom divided, and that's at the last leg of that statue, right? You had these other kingdoms that ruled, but now we're at the final part, which is the feet, right? So to continue, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. Right. So Yahweh Shemishai, imagine it visually, is going to put hooks into the jaws, okay, of Russia and force them to battle, right? Which actually, it's not really even a force kind of thing, because this whole idea of free will doesn't exist. You are in fact programmed by Yahweh Shemishai each and every day, all right? But, Yahweh Shemishai is going to put the spirit on these Russians to go ahead and push towards that war, right? And they will have even a great company with bucklers and shields and all of them handling swords. So Russia will have allies. Persia, the first ally mentioned is Persia. Today, the Persians are known as the Iranians, who are the biblical Elamites. Okay? So that's their number one ally that is mentioned right here. And when you look at the news and everything that's going on, right now, you mostly hear about Russia in regards to the West, which is America, NATO, EU, against Russia. But every time it's Russia coupled up with Iran. And then there has been news over the years as well about the West targeting Iran, etc. All of this is speaking very clearly to biblical prophecy. And Libya, Ethiopia and Libya, which are the Hamite nations, which are the so-called Africans. All right. Vladimir Putin, I don't remember the year. It could have been maybe at this point, 2020, I think, went over there to Africa, and there was this huge meeting and summit of all those so-called African nations, those Hamites, really, and that was the part of the bonding of what will happen with this prophecy, with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarma of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. And Gomer and the house of Togarma is referring to Turkey. All right, so Turkey will be aligned with them as well. Okay, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is a guard unto Iran and the rest of its allies. All right, so these are very important players in regards to this prophecy. And another thing that I want to mention as well is that before World War III happens, the fullness of the prophecy, where it will hit the War of Armageddon, the mark of the beast prophecy has to be fulfilled first, which is the microchip. All right, always remember that when observing the prophecies. Okay, so while it is that, this news definitely adds to the World War III prophecy, and it's clear to see, always keep in mind that certain things must occur first. All right, but of course as well, keep in the spirit, don't let, but just be wise about observing. So let's just read some of it. It says it's a 6-minute read, but let's see if we can get through it faster. Iran has promised to provide Russia with surface-to-surface missiles. Now, missiles are another important part of biblical prophecy, because the missiles will be used to destroy America, which is Mystery Babylon the Great. All right. In Revelation chapter 17, it identifies America as such. And these ICBM missiles were not just created for a random reason. They will be used, and they have a very specific purpose: to destroy not only America, but to bring judgment upon the wicked of our people, the 2/3 up in America, that will be destroyed. All right, in Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. But also the missiles will represent, when America is destroyed, Yahushua will return at the same time when the missiles are heading to America, and wherever else, will feel that collateral damage in the area. And Yahushua will return and deliver the 1/3 of Israel from the destruction, and our people will be destroyed. And then what you see, that at that moment right there, that will be that moment when you know that Esau's kingdom is over. That is when they will officially be taken out of power. Okay? So these missiles have a purpose. All right? In addition to more drones, 2 senior Iranian officials and 2 Iranian discord, by the way. 2 senior Iranian officials and 2 Iranian diplomats told Reuters a move that is likely to infuriate the United States and other Western powers. A deal was agreed on October 6 when Iran's first Vice President Mohammad Mokber, 2 senior officials from Iran's powerful Revolutionary Guards, and an official from the Supreme National Security Council visited Moscow for talks with Russia about the delivery of the weapons. The Russians had asked for more drones and those Iranian ballistic missiles with improved accuracy, you see. What are the ICBMs called? Intercontinental ballistic missiles? I believe that's what it is, right? So Russians had asked for more drones and those Iranian ballistic missiles with improved accuracy, particularly the Fateh and Zulfagar missiles family, said one of the Iranian diplomats who was briefed about the trip. A Western official briefed on the matter confirmed it, saying there was an agreement in place between Iran and Russia to provide surface-to-surface short-range ballistic missiles, included the Zulfagar. Okay, one of the drones Iran agreed to supply is the Shahed 136, a delta-winged weapon used as a kamikaze air-to-surface attack aircraft. It carries a small warhead that explodes on impact. Fateh 110 and Zulfagar are Iranian short-range surface-to-surface ballistic missiles capable of striking targets at distances of between 300 kilometers and 700 kilometers. And of course, the interballistic missiles, the ICBMs that will hit America, will be long range, which, by the way, Russia has developed such technology already. Okay, the Iranian diplomat rejected assertions by Western officials that such transfers breach a 2015 United Nations Security Council resolution. Where they are being used is not the seller's issue. We do not take sides in the Ukraine crisis like the West. We want an end to the crisis through diplomatic means, the diplomat said. Ukraine has reported a spate of Russian attacks using Iranian-made Shahed 136 drones in recent weeks. Iran's foreign ministry on Tuesday dismissed as baseless reports of Iran supplying drones and other weapons to Russia for use in Ukraine, while the Kremlin on Tuesday denied its forces had used Iranian drones to attack Ukraine. Active Russia had used Ukrainian drones in its campaign in Ukraine, etc. Alright, so it's just a whole bunch of whatever else. The appearance of Iranian missiles, in addition to drones in Moscow's arsenal in the war with Ukraine, would raise tensions between Iran and the United States and other Western powers. Okay, so, the article is there. Quite a bit of information here, but I'm not going to read all of it. You can always Google the article and you can read the rest for yourself. Got the main points out of it. Once again, it's all about adding towards biblical prophecy, moving towards these prophecies. All right, and Iran, I mentioned before, is a very major player. In the book of 2nd Esdras, let's see, I believe it's chapter 15, around here. Have to restart the app. Sometimes it be doing that. No. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and let's go down. Okay, in verse 30. It says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. So first of all, the Assyrians is referring to the Edomites, right? Because Russia and its allies will be going against those America and NATO, America, the EU, okay? But the Carmanians here, second of all, is referring to the Iranians, who are the Elamites, all right? So they're going to be going to war, all right? And they're going to be going to war, as it says, the wild boars of the wood, okay? And with great power shall they come and join battle with them. All right, so Iran is going to be going full speed. All right, and I'm going to finish it off with one more precept, just to, in the book of Joel chapter 3 and verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So these heathen are going to be gathered over there in the so-called Middle East to, carry through with World War III, and it will be a judgment upon them. It is Yahweh Shemeshai is bringing severe judgment upon the world, and only the elect of the nation of Israel will not have to deal with such judgments. The elect shall be protected. But anyway, that's a little update in regards to the prophecy. And of course, stay strong, endure. So with that, I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemeshai, B'Shem Kodesh, Wa Abad, Babal, Shalom.